Practical Stoic habits to change your life. Today, Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers practical tools for living a more serene, resilient, and virtuous life. It's not about suppressing emotions, but rather about managing them and focusing on what's within your control. Here are some practical examples of Stoic habits that you can start applying today to transform your life. It's amazing how Stoic philosophy aligns with the idea of profound and rapid transformation. Let's incorporate Stoic principles in a didactic way and with practical examples for everyday life. In one of Sêneca's wisest phrases, every new beginning comes from the end of some other beginning. What if I told you that in just 7 days, you could become a completely new person? Not just a slightly improved version, but someone so transformed that even your friends and family would have to look twice. This is not a trick. It's a raw, disciplined, calculated plan to reinvent yourself from the inside out, guided by the pillars of Stoic philosophy. You don't need a lifetime, you need 1 week of absolute dedication. By the end of it, you'll be unrecognizable. It's about thinking, acting, and living differently. It's about breaking down the old patterns that have held you back and embracing a new identity that commands respect, discipline, and purpose. It's about making decisions that shape the person you want to be, rather than letting life take you away. You have more power than you think, and it's time to take it back. Understand this. People who make drastic changes don't wait for the perfect moment. They seize the moment. They realize that the version of themselves they dream of won't magically appear in the future. It needs to be created today, right now. Change doesn't happen gradually over years. It happens in a single moment of decision, followed by relentless action. You won't be the same person when this week is over. Your mind, body, and habits will change to match the level of the person you're becoming. If you've ever wished for a reset button in your life, this is the place to be. But you have to commit. No excuses. If you're ready to stop playing small, stop waiting for things to change, and take complete control of your future in just 7 days, listen up. Your transformation starts now. Before you can build, you must destroy. Today, you will wage war against your old self. For the Stoics, the dichotomy of control is fundamental. They teach us to distinguish between what we can control and what we can't. Our actions, thoughts, and choices are within our control. The actions of others, external events, and the past are not. You have to acknowledge everything that's keeping you stuck. The bad habits, the limiting beliefs, the comfort zones. You have to become extremely self-aware and take responsibility for every aspect of your life that isn't aligned with your vision of greatness. Change requires sacrifice, and today you will choose to sacrifice your old self for a stronger, more capable version of yourself. But it's not just about acknowledging what's holding you back. It's about making an irreversible commitment to let it all go. This is the moment when you stop tolerating mediocrity, stop making excuses, and stop living in the shadows of your potential. The discomfort of change is nothing compared to the pain of staying the same. The Stoics encourage us to embrace discomfort as a path to growth. You must be willing to accept that discomfort and surrender to the challenge of transformation. Every great transformation begins with discomfort. The mind resists change because it fears the unknown, but that fear is just a wall that needs to be torn down. You are the architect of your destiny, and today you begin building a new you. To truly destroy the old you need to go beyond simply acknowledging your flaws. You need to dismantle the mental structures that have kept you stuck. Ask yourself, guided by Stoic principles, what fears have dictated my actions? The Stoics teach us to confront our fears, not run from them. Fear often resides in that which we cannot control. What narratives have I told myself to justify my inaction? Often, it is our interpretations of events, not the events themselves, that cause us suffering. What comfort zones have become my prison? Complacency is the enemy of progress. Virtue lies in action, not stagnation. Awareness is only the first step. Now comes action. The stronger you cling to your past identity, the harder it will be to let go. It is essential to recognize that you are not trapped by past failures, identities, or mistakes. Your old self is simply a version of you that was necessary for the lessons you have learned but is no longer necessary for the journey ahead. Next, you must engage in a symbolic act of separation. Acknowledge your past self, but do not mourn its loss. Instead, celebrate its end. Practical examples: honest inventory and the dichotomy of control. Grab a notebook and divide one page into two columns: what I can control and what I cannot control. The goal is to focus your energy and actions only on the first column. The concerns in the second column should be accepted with Stoic serenity. Burn the resignation letter from the old you. In the what I can control column, take a brutally honest inventory of your life. Identify the behaviors that have been holding you back from progress. Examples: I wake up late. I waste time on social media distractions. I surround myself with people who drain my energy. I procrastinate on important tasks. I use food to deal with stress. In the what I can't control column, list things that worry you but are beyond your control. Examples: heavy traffic, other people's opinions of me, the weather, economic downturns. Write a resignation letter to your old self. Literally write down everything about your old life that you are leaving behind. Acknowledge the version of yourself that got you here, but make it clear that you are moving on. Example: dear old self, I am firing you today. Your excuses for procrastination, your dependence on your cell phone, and your insecurity no longer serve me. I am moving on to a life of discipline and purpose. So take this letter and burn it safely, of course, as a symbolic act of transformation. This act imprints on your subconscious that you are entering a new era. This is your rebirth, a psychological reset that tells your brain that you've let go of your old patterns and are ready to reclaim your new power. Clear your space and mind control. Ruthlessly eliminate distractions. Delete apps that waste your time. Block websites that drain your productivity. Remove toxic people from your life and set firm boundaries. You control who you interact with and how you allow yourself to be treated. Clear your space. Remove clutter, organize your environment. A clean, organized environment reflects a clearer, more focused mind, something the Stoics valued for clarity of thought. The war against your old self doesn't end in a single moment. It's a battle you must fight continually. Every decision, every action from now on must be aligned with the person you are becoming. You've crossed the threshold. There's no going back. Every time doubt creeps in, every time old habits try to pull you back, remind yourself that you are no longer that person. You are evolving, rising, and becoming the highest version of yourself. Embrace the transformation, for the best version of you is on the other side of destruction. The path to greatness requires discipline, resilience, and an unwavering belief in your ability to grow. Step forward with courage and let your old self fade into history. Your body is a direct representation of your discipline. If you look sluggish, you've been living sluggishly. If you move slowly, your mind is sluggish. A resilient body fosters a powerful mind. Today you are taking full control of your physical being. Your transformation begins with how you treat your body. The way you move, the way you eat, and the way you train all reflect your commitment to self-mastery. If you want to command respect, start with your physical self. Stand tall, move with power, and cultivate an aura of confidence that exudes strength. The ancient Stoics understood the deep connection between the body and the mind. They did not see the body as separate from the mind, but as a vehicle for virtue and reason. Taking care of the body was, for them, a way to strengthen the mind and soul. The Stoics, like Sêneca, believed that physical hardships were not just about strengthening the body, but also about training the mind to endure discomfort and develop resilience. By mastering the body, you are simultaneously mastering the mind. Sêneca often subjected himself to voluntary discomfort, fasting and exposing himself to cold, not out of necessity, but because he wanted to develop mental fortitude. This practice, known as premeditatio malorum, premeditation of evils, is a reminder that by challenging yourself physically, you also develop the mental resilience to more easily face life's unexpected challenges. Discipline in physical training mirrors discipline in thought, By committing to movement, proper nutrition, and physical resilience, you align yourself with the Stoic principles of self-control and self-improvement. The Stoics viewed comfort as the enemy of growth. They believed that avoiding hardship weakens, while embracing it strengthens. By pushing yourself physically, you cultivate the strength you need to endure life's trials with grace and courage. Your transformation is not just about aesthetics. It's about embodying the Stoic ideal of endurance, perseverance, and self-discipline. The body may falter, but the mind, trained through discipline and effort, remains unshakable. To become unrecognizable in a week, adopt the Stoic principle of voluntary discomfort. Train as if you were preparing for a battle, not just against physical fatigue, but against the temptations of weakness, insecurity, and complacency. The warrior within you is forged by the trials you willingly endure. Every great transformation begins in the body. You must push yourself beyond your limits, commit to rigorous physical training, and break through any mental barriers that tell you to stop. Your goal isn't just to exercise. It's to push your physical endurance so far that your mind starts to keep up. If you can train your body to endure, you can train your mind to do the same. Practical examples: develop discipline through movement, rigorous physical exercise, voluntary discomfort. Choose one physical activity and commit to doing it daily, pushing your body just a little bit beyond its limits. Examples: instead of just a brisk walk, go for a 20-minute jog, or do a strength training workout with weights that challenges your muscles. If you already run, try increasing the distance or intensity. The goal is to feel the discomfort and still persevere. Cold showers. Start taking cold showers. Start with 30 seconds at the end of a hot shower, and gradually increase the duration and decrease the temperature. Example: when you step into cold water, your mind will scream at you to get out. Use this time to practice self-control. Take a deep breath, embrace the discomfort, and focus on the feeling of overcoming it. This trains your willpower and mental resilience for other uncomfortable situations in life. Conscious movement in seniors. If you are in senior years, the goal is not exhaustion but consistency and maintenance. Example: set a daily goal of walking for 30 minutes and include gentle stretching or yoga exercises to maintain flexibility and balance. Find joy in activities that move your body, such as gardening or dancing. Consistency is key here. Small daily movements add up to significant improvements over time. Mindful eating and self-control. Diet cleansing, dichotomy of control. Ruthlessly eliminate anything that slows you down. Processed foods, sugar, alcohol, these substances rob you of clarity and energy, impairing your mental and physical performance. You control what goes into your body. Example: clean out your pantry and refrigerator. Get rid of cookies, soda, prepared foods, and alcohol. Replace them with fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and water. Mindful eating. Create a mindful eating ritual. Slow down, savor your meals, and appreciate how they nourish you. Example: before each meal, take a moment to notice your food. Be grateful for the nourishment it provides. Eat slowly, paying attention to flavors and textures. Avoid distractions like television or cell phones during meals. This will strengthen your focus and discipline. Prioritize hydration. Prioritize water intake. Example: always have a water bottle on hand and set goals, such as drinking a glass of water every hour. This will not only detoxify your body, but will also improve cognitive function and mood, which are essential for your transformation journey. Improve your posture and body language. Self-control. Your posture reflects your mind. Stand tall, with your shoulders back and chest out. Move with confidence and purpose in every step. Example: during the day, consciously check your posture. If you find yourself slouching, straighten up. When you walk, imagine a line pulling you up. This will not only improve your appearance, but it will also impact your self-confidence and the perception others have of you. Before photo. Take a photo of your body before you start this phase. A week from now, you will compare it to the after photo, and the difference will be striking. It is a concrete reminder of your progress and the power of discipline. To truly change your mindset, you need to free yourself from the limitations you have unconsciously accepted. Start questioning everything. Why do you believe what you believe? Who told you that you couldn't achieve more? What fears have dictated your actions? Identify these invisible barriers and systematically dismantle them. Recognizing your mental programming is the first step, but action is what consolidates true transformation. Practical examples. Identify and question your limiting beliefs. Perception. Get out your notebook and list all the negative beliefs about yourself or the world that prevent you from taking action. Example. I am not good enough for this. I will never be able to change. People always judge me. For each belief, ask, is this a fact or an interpretation? Who told me that? Is there any evidence to the contrary? Actively challenge these ideas. The Stoics teach us that many of our afflictions come from our own interpretations, not from the events themselves. Practice conscious self-talk, self-control. Pay attention to the way you talk to yourself. Eliminate weak, self-defeating language, and replace it with strong, decisive affirmations. Example. Instead of thinking or saying I can't, say I'll figure it out. Instead of I don't know, say I'll learn. Keep a list of positive affirmations and read them aloud morning and night. Your mind is a garden. Plant seeds of strength and confidence. The voluntary discomfort. Exercise for the mind. Sêneca advised practicing voluntary discomfort, sleeping on the ground, fasting, or exposing yourself to cold, not to suffer, but to remind yourself that comfort is not a necessity. This is a mental application. Remove a mental comfort. Example. If you tend to use social media to fill every moment of boredom, turn it off for a specific period of the day. If you always avoid difficult conversations, start one. The goal is to show your mind that you are not dependent on external comforts or escape from reality, and that you can face discomfort head-on. Cultivate amor fati, love of destiny. Instead of resisting challenges or wishing for an easier path, embrace each difficulty as an opportunity for growth. Example. When something unexpected and negative happens, a flat tire or a delay at work, instead of complaining, tell yourself, this is an opportunity to practice my patience, resilience. Recognize that adversity is not an obstacle, but a stepping stone to your transformation. Practice memento mori. Remember death and urgency. This is not a thought to instill fear, but rather urgency and appreciation for the now. Example. As you begin your day, take a moment to reflect on the impermanence of life. Ask yourself, if this were my last day, would I be satisfied with the way I am living? This will compel you to act with purpose, make clear decisions, and approach each day as if it were your last opportunity to improve yourself. Use this urgency to stop procrastinating and take action toward your goals. Practical example. I am not good enough to get that job. For each belief, ask, is this a fact or an interpretation? Who told me this? Is there any evidence to the contrary? Actively challenge these ideas. The Stoics teach us that many of our afflictions come from our own interpretations, not from the events themselves. Maybe you didn't get that last job, but that doesn't mean you never will. Practical example. If you tend to endlessly scroll through social media before bed, turn off your phone an hour before bed and use that time to read a book or meditate. If you always avoid difficult conversations, start one with clarity and calm. The goal is to show your mind that you are not dependent on external comforts or escape from reality, and that you can face discomfort head-on. Practical example. When something unexpected and negative happens, such as a delay in traffic or a problem at work, instead of complaining or getting frustrated, tell yourself, this is an opportunity to practice my patience and resilience. Recognize that adversity is not an obstacle, but a stepping stone to your transformation. View the problem not as a burden, but as a training. Your mind controls everything. If you want to be unrecognizable, your mindset needs to radically change. It's not just about thinking differently. It's about completely reprogramming your perception of yourself and the world. Every thought, every belief, every automatic reaction you have is a program running in your mind. Some serve you, others sabotage you. If you want to transform yourself, you need to take conscious control of these programs and rewrite them. The Stoics believed that our perception of reality determines our experience of it. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this and you will find strength." This principle is at the heart of mental transformation. Mastering your mind means mastering your life. To change who you are, you must first change the way you think and interpret the world. To adopt a Stoic mindset, you need to train yourself to control your reactions. Life will present challenges, but how you respond determines your level of growth. Instead of viewing hardships as obstacles, view them as a training ground for mental fortitude. By fully integrating Stoic wisdom into your mindset, your mental resilience becomes unshakable. This practice allows you to not only endure hardships, but embrace them, knowing that struggle is what shapes strength. Embodying Stoicism means accepting that you are fully responsible for the direction of your life. No external factor, no hardship, no setback has the power to define you. Only you can do that. The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from self-mastery, and once you achieve that, you become unshakable. Your mind becomes your greatest asset, guiding you with clarity, purpose, and unwavering strength through whatever challenges life throws at you. By integrating these Stoic habits into your daily life, you will begin to develop greater emotional resilience, a sense of inner calm in the face of adversity, and an enhanced ability to focus on what truly matters. Which of these habits are you most excited to try today?
The Virtual Books publishing team thanks for your visit. If you liked our channel, please subscribe and share.